Good morning, all of you. Welcome back to class 7 science. So today is our second class about heat. Yesterday, if you remember, what we discussed about heat was, first thing that we discussed was that heat is a form of energy which has got a tendency to flow. And how does it flow? It flows from a hotter body towards a colder body. Second thing that we discussed was that heat, in fact, hot bodies and cold bodies, they are relative terms. What do you mean by relative terms? We mean that we cannot simply say by touching whether which thing is hotter, right? Or maybe which thing is colder, right? Sometimes we can, if there's a big difference between the heat capacities of the two particular things. If there's a huge difference, then definitely we can touch and say. And that too, if the two things are hot, we cannot touch and say that yes, which one is hotter, right? So there needs to be some kind of quantity which will tell us. We don't have to every time touch it and say. We can simply measure that quantity, and that will tell us whether the particular thing is hot or cold in comparison to the other thing given, right? So that is our topic for today. Okay, we need to have some kind of quantity which will tell us whether out of two or out of n number of given things, which one is hotter, which is hottest, right? So, or maybe which of them are at the same level of heat. So how do we say that? Because we say that when we measure a quantity known as temperature. I suppose you would have all heard this term temperature earlier also, right? So what is temperature? Temperature is simply a quantity of heat. Okay, it is actually a quantity which we can measure for any particular thing, and that quantity tells us whether my given object, how much heat does it have or how much cold that is, right? So if I have let's say I've got two beakers and I've got water in two of them. If I simply measure the temperature of the two, I can simply tell that out of those two, which one is hotter and which one is colder, right? Only looking at the temperature. There is the most basic thing where you people handle temperatures. First thing, your own body temperature, right? When you have fever, God forbid you should not have fever now, okay? But usually when you have fever, then what happens? Your mama, your papa, or anybody in your home, anybody elder in your home gives you a thermometer. Yes, you keep the thermometer in your mouth for a while, and then it gives you the reading of the temperature. That is the temperature for your body. Okay, human body always has a fixed temperature, that is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or it is 37 degrees Celsius. But when we have fever, or maybe in some other conditions, maybe when we are exercising, when we are working out, or when we are not well, in all these conditions, our body temperatures may vary a bit, okay, but a bit, not too much, right? So our body has got certain kind of thermoregulation system inside. What is thermoregulation? Thermo means heat and regulation means balancing, right? So there is some kind of thermoregulation system in our body which keeps a check on the temperature. It does not let the temperature go too high. It does not let the temperature go too down. Okay, we are here in Kota. You know the temperature goes even till 48 and sometimes even 50 degrees Celsius. So does our body temperature also go till 50? No, we still remain at 37 degrees, na? Right? And even when it is too cold, when the temperature outside goes to 10 degrees, 5 degrees Celsius, still our body is at the same temperature. What is that? 37 degrees Celsius. So how is our body able to maintain this temperature? With the help of that thermoregulation system which is present in our body. Understand? Now, next we talk about measuring temperature. How do we measure the temperature? Beta, all of you know we have got thermometers to measure temperature, right? And still, we have got now, so we have got so many different types. Like you have in your homes, you might be having a digital thermometer or a normal thermometer in which we check the level of the mercury, right? So all those thermometers which we use for our own body temperature, those are known as clinical thermometers. We are not studying the details of this. I am only introducing it to you, okay? So that when we study actually the topic, then you should not say ki, okay, these are alien names, we don't know that. So you should know some of the names. That is why I am only introducing those names to you. So the thermometer which we use for our body temperature, that is known as a clinical thermometer. Okay. There is one other kind of thermometer also, which is used in the laboratories. Yes, laboratories, by the scientists, by the people who are doing experiments, all those people, they are using a different kind of thermometer, not the one which we are using. Their thermometer is known as the laboratory thermometer or the lab thermometer. Okay, what are the differences? Again, I'm just telling you the names right now. We will not be discussing what are the actual differences between the two, but as of now you should know that there are two kinds of thermometers available. One is the laboratory thermometer, another is the clinical thermometer. Fine. Laboratory thermometer used in the labs and clinical thermometer used for the measuring the body temperatures. Fine. Now our next topic is transfer of heat. Okay. Now beta, I am assuming, because I know that, okay, you have discussed, you have already studied about what all substances allow heat to pass through them, what all substances do not allow heat to pass through them. I suppose you would be knowing that. I am telling you the names for that. Okay, first of all, let's talk about this term, conductors. Do you know what are conductors? I am assuming you know that, because you have already, I think, studied this in class 4 also, and I think class 5 also. Fine. So what are conductors? Conductors are different kinds of materials which allow heat to pass through them. You remember, I'm sure you will remember the difference between transparent and opaque objects. You remember? Transparent objects are the objects which allow light to pass through them. We can see through them like glass. I can see through the glass, so I call it transparent. I call it transparent because it allows the light to pass through itself, right? And there are some which do not allow light to pass through them. They are known as opaque materials. You remember? Like a wall. Yes, I have a wall. Can I see on the other side of the wall? No, I can't, until and unless I don't have a window in it, right? If it is a complete wall, I will not be able to see through it. Why? Because it does not allow any light to pass through itself, right? So that means some materials allow light and some materials block light. Same way in heat also, some materials allow heat to pass through them. Some materials do not allow heat to pass through them. I'll give you one more example. Have you ever seen that when your mama is, or maybe some elder is cooking food in the kitchen, yes, that utensil, we cannot touch that utensil. It's very hot. We cannot touch it. Yes. And suppose there is a wooden spoon present in it, wooden spoon to stir the particular dish. We are using a wooden spoon, let's say, right? And if you touch it, you will be able to touch it because it will not be hot. So what is it telling me? It is telling me that some things are Both of them are in the same condition, right? Both of them on the same gas burner, but wood is not feeling, I'm not feeling wood as hot, but I am feeling the utensil as hot. Why? Because both of them have got heat, but wood is not giving its heat to me, whereas the other utensil is giving its heat to me. That is why I'm feeling hot. You remember yesterday we discussed how do we feel if it is hot or not? We touch it. If it is hot, that means it is giving its heat to me. Since my hot body is gaining the heat, I feel hot, right? So if my body is gaining heat, I feel hot. Same way, if a conductor is there, if it is giving out heat to me, I will feel hot, right? So that is the reason. Yesterday also I gave you this example. Today also I'm giving you the same example. Suppose you are playing out in the sun. Okay, it's very hot and you're playing out there. There are two benches kept there. One is a wooden bench and another is an iron bench. Okay, which one would you like to sit on? Tell me. Pause and think of it yourself. You would love to sit on the wooden bench rather than the iron bench. Why? Because both of them are hot, but wood has got a tendency that it will not give its heat out. So when I sit on the wooden bench, I will not feel hot because it is not transferring, it is not losing its heat to me. Whereas when I'm sitting on the iron bench, it has a tendency to give out the heat. So the moment I sit, it is going to give out a lot of heat to me. And since my body is gaining a lot of heat, I feel very hot. I will not be able to sit, right? It will literally, it will burn me, right? So what happens is the difference between the two kinds of materials, right? So the first kind of materials are conductors. What do conductors do? Conductors, they always allow heat to pass through them. So in our life, there are various situations where we need that heat should be allowed to pass through. In all those places, in all those positions, we will use conductors. Example, how do we cook food? If I am cooking food, let's say if I'm cooking food in a wooden utensil, okay, first of all, though it will burn, right? Okay, still forget that it burns. Then what will happen? Whatever food is present inside the wooden utensil, तो wood जो energy ले रहा है, जो heat ले रहा है from the gas burner, will it pass on to the food? No, it will not pass it on to the food. It will keep it to itself. Since it will not pass on the heat to the food, food will not be cooked. So, places where we are cooking food, let's say we are cooking food in a utensil. So, obviously, I need that utensil to pass on the heat to the food so that the food can be cooked. So, that means where I am cooking food, I will need a utensil made up of a conductor, right? I will use a conducting material to make the utensil in which I'm going to cook my food. What about the we have that spoon to stir the whatever dish we are making? Yes. What about that? If that I have got two options. One option is wood, another option is steel. Let's say. Okay. So which one would be better for me? Of course, I know we have got steel spoons also to stir, but usually if you notice now, what will your mama do? She will stir it and then she will keep it in the side. She will not keep it in the utensil. If she'll keep it in the utensil, it will be hot. It will be too hot, and the next time when she tries to stir it, she will not be able to stir it because it will be too hot to handle. But if I have a wooden this thing, then what will happen? Then I can easily use that because what kind of material is it made up of? It's made up of a insulating material, right? So insulating materials, they will never give their heat to us. So places where we want heat to be allowed, we will use a conductor. Places where we do not allow the heat, do not want to allow the heat, then there we will use an insulating material. Fine. So So there are more examples to it in your daily life. But as of now, I am wrapping up my class for today. But there is one homework which you will do. Okay? That homework is list any three examples. List any three examples, each for situations where you need a conductor and an insulator. Are you understanding? What am I asking you? I'm asking you that you have to list any three examples from your daily life. Okay, something which you see around yourself. Any three examples, each for situations where you need a conductor and an insulator. That means three examples for conductor where you need conductor and three examples for insulators where you need insulators. This work will be done in your copy. Yes, we know we have a science copy. This work will be done in that copy. All right. So all of you, please study well, be safe. Okay, just take care of yourself. Don't go out and study sincerely. All right. Okay, take care. Bye.